Hello again. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the party. We've learned a lot of stuff so far. We've learned about the two battles, inflation and taxes. We've learned about the different ways your money can get taxed in retirement. We've learned some things about 401ks, about IRAs, about those different types of retirement vessels. And now we're going to go ahead and talk about really how to protect and grow your money by avoiding stock market losses and, of course, getting really good taxes on your money. Okay, so we're going to kind of combine both the battle of inflation and the battle of taxes to really fast charge your retirement. Now, as I mentioned before in a couple posts ago, that there's three different ways that we get our interest rates. Okay, we get the fixed rate of return, the stock market, and then the third way, which I'm sure is intriguing, which is what this video is about the index strategy. Okay, very simple terms. The index strategy is going to protect every piece of principal and interest earned. Okay, so you put in $300 a month, that $300 is protected. Now that $300 earns 10%, the interest off of that is protected. So you're never, ever, ever going to lose a dime of your money. I know, of course, it sounds pretty too good to be true, and I'll explain the drawbacks to this in just a second. But let's go ahead and talk about how the index strategy is monitored, because that's really important to know, okay? Yes, you're going to participate in all of the growth and you're never going to lose a dime of your money. But of course, what does that follow? That's going to follow what the S&P 500 stock index does that year. Now, you may or may not be familiar with the S&P, but basically the S&P makes up about 70 to 80% of the American economy. And over the past 30 years, the S&P has averaged over 10.5 to 12.5%. So you're getting a really high rate of return over a very long period of time. That's including the issues that we had in 2000, 2001. That's including 2007, 2008, where the stock market tanked minus 43% in 6 months, minus 22% in 8 days. Okay, those are really big issues, and yet the S&P has stayed so stable, at averaging 10 to 12.5% over those past average 30 years. So the index strategy is going to follow the gains of the S&P 500 stock index. So let me kind of break it down for you because I'm pretty visual. So let me go ahead and draw something out. And excuse me because I'm going to have to look down while I draw. I'm not a miracle worker when it comes to that. So we're going to take the example of having $10,000 in a 401k or the stock market, okay? So if you were to start off with $10,000 in the stock market, and let's say the next year in the stock market, your $10,000 are going to gain 10%, okay? And I'll show you while we're doing it. So they're going to gain 10%, okay? That year, your 401k is going to read $11,000, right? Pretty simple math. Let's say the next year your 401k earns an additional 10%. Another really great year in the stock market, okay? After that year, your 401k is going to read $12,100 because of compounding interest, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about the downside of the stock market, okay? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Since probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago, people who have 401ks have lost over 12% of their money. That's a lot of money to be losing, especially if you're trying to get close to retirement. So I always say it's really smart to diversify your money to make sure that you are set and stable the way that you need your retirement to be, okay? And of course, we can chat about this a little bit later. I would recommend setting up a meeting because it's going to be a lot to talk about. But let's go ahead and talk about the downside of the market. Let's say that third year, in this example, let's say that third year the stock market goes down minus 20, okay? So it goes down minus 20%. It went down minus 22 in 8 days. It did 12% in 2 weeks, okay? It's very possible that it could go down minus 20 in 1 year. So what you have left in your 401k is actually going to be less money than you started out with. You're now at 9,600. Okay? Now, normally people say, well, I only lost $400, so that's not a big problem. It is a big problem because you didn't just lose $400. No, you lost from 12,100 and you lost 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. That's 3 extra years that you need to make up, okay? And that's a big deal with the stock market, okay? Now, let's go ahead and talk about the index strategy. Like I said, everything that you earn, including your principal, is going to be protected. So it's going to follow the gains of the stock market, and then it's going to protect you along the way. It'll follow the gains and protect your $11,000 after the first year. It'll follow the gains, and it will protect your $12,100 the second year. Now, the third year, when the market tanks, does a minus 20, okay, your index strategy is, well, not going to make any money, but you're not going to lose any money either. You're still going to be at $12,100. So it's really going to make sure you're safe and stable, and it's going to protect the money that you have worked hard to earn and hard to put away. And so this is really how we beat inflation with this. Of course, all of this sounds a little too good to be true. And honestly, my mom always said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So there's 2 really big drawbacks when it comes to the index strategy. And the first is going to be time, okay? This is not a magic pill, but it does work if you have enough time to allow it to work. And like I said, we can always talk about your specific situation and how much time we really need for the index strategy to be the most powerful vessel that anybody has really ever seen. And the second drawback to the index strategy is going to be a cap. Okay, so let's take a look at this 4th year example. Let's say in the stock market in the 4th year, so we're back at this stock market number, the 9,600. Let's say that the stock market the 4th year goes up 15%. Well, the index strategy is going to go up 12%, but it's always of a higher number, you guys. It's always of a higher number. Now, it works really simple, okay? It's basically a range. It's 12% to 0, okay? If the stock market goes up above 12%, you're going to get 12%. If the stock market goes down past 0, you're going to get 0. If the stock market goes up anywhere in between there, the S&P goes up anywhere in between there, you're going to get whatever's in the middle. It's as simple as that. If you can understand that, you know exactly what the index strategy is. Okay, the index strategy is extremely powerful. It's the fastest growing retirement strategy because it's safe, because it's going to give you amazing taxes. You're going to be able to put your money away tax deferred and pull it out tax free. Of course, as you guys learned earlier, that's called tax advantage. There's so many amazing benefits, but with different vehicles that utilize this index strategy. And of course, this may not be right for you, but I will say I've been doing this for a while, and this is right for a lot of people. So if you have any questions about the index strategy and you want to know more about it, please send me an email, give me a call, and we'll get together and we'll have a little conversation about it and really figure out how the index strategy can be best for you.